that he dress by himself, do the routines by himself, and how his routines are at home?
Um, Almost. For example, I still pick out his clothes for him in the morning and I'll make sure they're ironed. But he does get dressed by himself. Um, he will like brush his teeth and everything. Before bed, I'll still have to remind him, "Did you brush your teeth?" But for the
Yeah,
most
when
part,
children are like
yeah, children are like that.
that. Yeah. What language you speak at home?
We speak English, only English. Yes.
Uh, who does Brian interact with more often? Who's the person that he had more
Um,
interactions during the day? Or
he's very close with his sister. However, I would say myself, between myself and my husband, he interacts more with me.
what type of activities you usually do together, and how
Mhm.
his day? Can you tell me about his day? How his day goes? And
Sure. He gets up and he'll get dressed and I make him and his sister breakfast. Afterwards, they afterwards they go to I take them to school and after school we take them to soccer practice and after soccer they'll come home, play for a bit, do some homework.
oh, he got a long,
Yes,
long
he's
day.
a busy kid, very busy.
How is he in sport? That he likes sports and
He's
interacting in sport?
fantastic. Yes, he's the star of his team.
That he had a lot of friends, right?
Exactly. Tons of friends.
That's great. That Brian understand you and understand everybody in the family when they talk to him.
Yes, he does. For example, I'll say, Brian, go bring me the book. And he'll go over, get the book, bring it back to me. So I do think he understands what I'm saying. And I'll talk to him and we'll have conversations. How was your day? And it's fine.
And how well you understand him when he talks to you? Do you?
I understand him pretty well. He's, very he's very open and he loves to talk and he loves being the center of attention. So, yes.
That's just when I gonna ask how he gets your attention when he wants your attention. How he
He'll definitely tug on you and be like, "Mommy, mommy," or "Sissy." So, yes.
approximately like how many words do you think that he understands?
Brian, for his age, he actually has a very nice vocabulary. Um, quite a few, definitely.
Does he go like to childcare after school? No.
No, he does not.
Uh, how many words do you think that he uses?
How many?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say at least 100. No,
What about in a sentence? When he made a sentence?
in
Sorry.
a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Not 100. Probably like 5, I suppose. About 5.
Does he follow like simple commands?
Yes. Yes, he does. Like I said, he'll tell him, "Oh, Brian, go do this," and he'll go do it. So, yes.
Can you tell me about your child's strengths and things that made you really proud and
Oh, for example, he's just such an awesome kid. I mentioned earlier that he likes to put on shows for us.
uh-huh.
He's very creative. He loves doing elaborate things. And his sister, just the other day, they had a play and they were prince and princess of a castle. And so,
Oh,
they're
that's
telling us
so
this
great.
elaborate story. It was fantastic. Very cute.
Oh, that's so great. Um, that he know how to do like tie his shoes and dress himself, and
Yes.
that he use nouns like
Yes, he does. He'll say like mom or ball.
what about verbs? That he use actions like running.
I think so.
What about adjectives like big,
Mhm.
little?
Yes.
Uh, What about adverbs? Quickly, slowly.
Mm, maybe not as much, but I'm sure I've heard him use it at least a few times.
That he use pronouns they, he, she.
Yes.
What about conjunctions? And then.
I don't think so. He might say and, but I know he does have a problem with saying and using it to like connect his
Mm.
phrases. Yes.
Does he use I, N, G endings?
No.
What about plurals?
Yes, he does use plurals, but like I mentioned, he does
Mm-hmm.
seem to have trouble with irregular plurals, like saying feet instead of feet. Right.
Uh, does Brian imitate you or imitate actions that he sees other people doing?
Yes, he does.
He remembers that for a long
He
time.
remembers everything.
Yeah, I know some children that just imitate
They
their
pick it
parents so
up.
perfect.
Yes.
Does Brian take turns in conversation when he's like talking to somebody? He waits for his turn to talk, and
That is a little concerning. He understands turn taking, but he seems like he's sometimes a little impatient. He wants to tell you all of what happened to him and let you know about his day, but he does understand. Occasionally he'll wait sometimes.
I know. Does he use narratives like he something that happened to him? Is he
Yes.
able to tell you back what happened and
Yes.
you know?
But one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, his teacher did say she another reason why she was concerned was that he what did she say? He knew all the letters of the alphabet, but sometimes he didn't really know the sounds that went along with them,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
which was really concerning. So that was something else, right?
Um, is your child is Brian's when he's when he tells you about something, usually
Mm-hmm.
his speech is appropriate for the situation, or how he's you know
Um, I suppose so. I think so. Yes.
how do you describe him, like his behavior and uh, when he's frustrated, what he usually does, and
Um, Normally when he's frustrated, he used to have a bad problem with like just start crying and screaming, but we told him to, try and just like breathe and use his words and not, like throw a tantrum because I can understand he'd have trouble expressing himself and then start to act out. But he's doing better now, though he does often get frustrated and sometimes still cries.
do you have any other concerns on anything that I may help you with, or anything that you think that I didn't cover in this interview that you need to let me know about Brian?
No, I think we covered everything. Just as I said before, he's really intelligent, but I just don't want him to be labeled as having a learning disability. So, I wanted to double check and see what you thought.
Well, probably what we're gonna do is we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna really look at this information and then meet Brian
Okay.
and see him in a play therapy probably,
Mm-hmm.
and then with other professionals decided what is the next step to
Okay.
do. Probably evaluate him and continue seeing, but definitely help you with everything that we can to see what's going on with Brian. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I
Thank you. Nice
appreciate
to
it.
meet you, Miss
Nice to meet
Casey.
you. Yeah. Okay.